Good morning. I'm back because I forgot to do one of the problems in my video. So, let's talk about exponential functions still, and we are looking at number 4 on this sheet I had made, but then I forgot to do it. So, suppose an investment of $600 doubles in value every 10 years. Okay, how much is the investment worth after 20 years and 40? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create an exponential function that represents this word problem. Okay, well, what I know is that, well, let's write it as a function, f of x, okay, f of x. I know that I'm going to have $600 to start, okay, so I put in $600. And then, what's going to happen? Well, it's going to double. Okay, so it's going to double based on how many years? So, well, 6 times 2, what would that mean? Well, that would mean that 10 years have elapsed because it's going to double every 10 years, okay? But what we need to do is we need to make this an exponential function. So we're going to put the exponent right above the 2, okay? So we're going to raise the base of 2 to the x, right? Exponent. And so we can plug in any value, right? And the reason for this is because for every 10 years, it's going to keep doubling, right? So for every 10 years, we're going to put in one higher of an exponent. So if it's been, well, let's talk about, right when we put the investment in, what would x represent? So right when we put the investment in, okay, right when we put the investment in, x would represent 0. Well, 2 to the 0th power is 1, so we would have $600. And that's right. Okay, and then we already talked about, well, 2 to the first power is 2. So after 10 years, we'd have $1,200, right? Because we'd multiply 600 by 2. If we were 20 years in, so for the first part, okay, so f of x, well, when x equals 2, it'll be 600 times by 2 to the 2nd power. Okay, for every 10 years, this is going to go up. Our exponent is going to increase by 1. So, well, 2 to the 2nd power is 4, and then 600 times 4 is 2,400. Okay, and we're talking about money. Okay, so that would be after 20 years. So hopefully you understand, right? Because we're talking about it doubles in value every 10 years. We're not talking about it doubling in value every year. It takes 10 years to double. So for that reason, when we have 20 years, we simply put in the 2 because that's 2 sets of 10. And then for 40, well, for this one, I'm going to use my same function. The function's not going to change. Alright, and if I'm testing for 40 years, well, how many times will it double? It'll double 4 times since it's been 40 years. For each 10 years, each set of 10 years, it's going to increase our exponent by 1. So it's going to be 600 times 2 to the 4th power. Okay. Well, we have, that's going to be, well, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So that's going to end up getting us f of 4 equals 600 times 16. I don't know about you, but I personally, it is 10:03 right here, and my brain is not ready to do that mentally, so I'm going to do this off on the side, okay? And I'm going to just remember, right, since I have those 2 zeros, I'm going to take those off, make it easier, and I'm going to add them on at the end. So 16 times 6, 63, so we get 96, but then again, I took off those zeros, so I need to add them. F of 4. So after 40 years, it's going to be $9,600. So that is how you would work out some of these word problems dealing with exponential functions.